Good morning, everybody. Are we gonna wormy worm? No, we're just having a terrier time. Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, Talk Tuesday. It's raining, as you might be able to tell. We are a little over halfway through a walk on our way back to the car. Thing about the rain, none of the dragonflies are out, and you notice distinctly because basically every fly in the world is trying to attack us. And I mean, I know like the people in Winnipeg and like northern Ontario, well, just north of me, are laughing because you can actually see through the air. So no, there's not that many flies, but all the flies that are here are out and bothering us. So you might see the dogs like pawing at their face and stuff. That's what they're doing. And all of the mosquitoes locally are trying to take up residence under the bill of my ball cap. So if there's jerky camera work, you can just assume that I'm doing some sort of anti-bug dance. Go away. Talking to flies, not dogs. Oh, you're back? Oh my goodness. What are you doing? You get in front of me, untrustworthy terrier. Bailey? Are you having a time? Okay. 9 today. My guys are not with me. I had an appointment and I did not trust the weather to leave them in the car. Stella, if the weather is reasonable for this particular appointment, I will take them with me because it's not very long. However, looking at the forecast, there was mention of it being 27 with humidity potentially. And I just don't want them sitting in that in the car. So instead, they got frozen breakfast, which takes them a hot minute to do. And I'll do walk number 2 with them later today. Anyhow, so 9, we've got Archie and Stella, Newton, Bailey, Hamish, Passion Friday, Lumi, and Rory, who should be, thank you. She's like, nothing, I was always up here, you don't know. Bailey? Maybe not. Honestly, you 3 at the salad bar, just because the grass is wet doesn't make that. Not even words. Yeah. So that's us today. Stella? No. I debated even filming. It was raining pretty hard earlier. It's not so bad now. You can tell by the puddle. If it picks up again, I'll put my phone in my pocket. Because as we all know, I don't have the best track record with phones. And damp. I was going to say the M word, but I know that's triggering for some people. Hey, I see you. Go on. Newton? Probably not. Bailey? Definitely not. Go on. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I see you. Terrier? Lumi? No. Come on. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but given y'all's interest and what it looks like, I'm going with it's gross. And I don't want to deal with it later. What do I say? It's not going in you or on you, so we're going to carry on. I've been told I have a couple of good phrases that should be made into t-shirts. Maybe one day. Anyway, had people asking about my time off, particularly the beach. The boys love the beach. But I do have a quick story time. So whenever I travel anywhere, one of the first things I do is I check out like the local bylaws of places I want to go. Like, for example, I know that some zoos you can take dogs. So I looked into the Norfolk Zoo, like as soon as I knew I was going down there, to see if I could bring pets. And sadly, that was a no. I mean, I get it. But like Kronk in particular, I might not have brought Rowan, but Kronk, he loves watching like livestock animals in fields and stuff. And whenever we have the opportunity, like he will watch goats, he'll watch sheep, he loves cows. So taking him to a zoo and just exposing him to different smells and animals, Newton, probably not. Now, in retrospect, it was so flippin' hot that probably wouldn't have taken him anyway, but regardless, the answer was no. I said, fine. Said, fine. So, another thing, obviously, that I was going to do if I was going to go to Virginia Beach and Norfolk is go to the beach. So, I looked up what the bylaws were for bringing dogs to the beach. And it said dogs are allowed at the beach between X and X hours. I believe it's until 10 a.m. and after 6 p.m. And they had to be on leash, which I view as great. That always makes me feel better. Now, do I know that people aren't going to listen to that? Yes. Realistically, I understand that. And especially this next part, which is your leash should be no longer than 8 feet long. Newton and Flash, you can give a lady some privacy. That was really rude. At least wait until she's done. Sorry. Anyhow, so we had to take them to the beach basically every morning because it was the only good exercise I could get in for them without them overheating. They both had life jackets. I would basically go waist deep and hold them while they were swimming, so turn it into a treadmill. And Lumi, why are you so sad in my shadow? Go, 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 go be a dog. She's like, but you've interrupted my trudge. Anyhow, and then Evan and I would do some recall back and forth exercises. Just to really tire them out, and that would be their day. But my story time, because of course there's always one. I was actually pretty impressed. For the most part, people did follow the bylaws. There were dogs that we passed on leash, no problem. I think there was one or two that were off leash, but they had, this is the thing, if your dog is off leash but you have control over your dog, I don't care. I do not care. Because when we're in places, Newton, you're not vomiting in my car. Get a move on. When we're on hikes and stuff and we have the dogs off leash, not in a conservation area or anything like that. When we see other people coming, it doesn't matter if they have dogs, if they're walking with kids, if they're on a bicycle, if they're whatever, if they're just sitting on the trail for reason, we're going to ask and see if they're okay. But it doesn't matter. If we see people or motion, animals, whatever, the dogs get recalled and they get put back on leash until we're on by whatever the thing is, and we carry on. And sometimes, especially if we're snowshoeing or something, leashing is awkward, we'll call them back into a heel, knowing they won't break that heel. 100%, they're not breaking it. Right? Boston Terrier. Yeah, you. He looks around who are you talking? I don't know. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Newton. Truly. Get going. Anyway, so, of course, there's this one guy with a doodle, and he's walking along the beach, and I clock him from 500 meters away. And I'm he's going to be a problem. And I can tell that because there's very little interaction between him and his dog. His dog just isn't paying him any mind. He's walking with an unclipped flexi in his hand. Sorry about the plane, guys. And just there's a way dogs look when they're even got half an ear on their person, and they're going to listen to their person as opposed to just doing whatever they want, and not listening. Anyway, so I see him coming, and I find a spot on the beach that I can walk out pretty far with the boys without them having to swim. So I walk out. I'm maybe 100 meters in the water. The water's only up to my knees, so the boys are just standing with me. And Evan is on the beach, and he's telling the guy that we're not interested in saying hi, and that Kronk is very dog selective, especially since he's been bitten twice. So there are certain breeds of dog that he just doesn't trust anymore. And so we just no sir any greet. Now I know sir on leash greetings period anyways. But in this case, right. And the thing is like, if I was to let Kronk off leash and let the dogs sort them out themselves, there would be major vet bills. That's just the reality of it. So I'm out in the water. I've got the dogs. We're not standing. We're moving slowly through the water. It's good to keep them moving so they can't focus on the incoming problem. And this dog is pretty committed to coming over and saying hi. And Evan is telling the guy, he's like, no, thank you. And I call out, I'm like, he's not friendly. Neither am I, in case anyone was wondering. And the guy's like, oh, it's okay. He'll just run away. And I was like, are you for real? How does that make it okay? Like, you're stressing out a dog. I mean, Kronk was fine. He knew I had it. But let's say that I was working with a highly reactive dog or something like that. Like, you've been told by the people that this dog has problems with other dogs, doesn't like being around other dogs. And because you can't recall your dog, like, he tried twice, the dog wasn't recalling, and he literally just stopped. He didn't bother. And I was like, if your dog makes it out here, like, either you're going to deal with your dog or I'm going to deal with your dog. Because I'm not letting my dogs deal with your dog. And yeah, it blew my mind that he said that. And it stuck with me, right? Obviously, I'm still annoyed with it. Oh, it's okay. He'll just run away. Like, or crazy, you could just put your dog on a leash. 99% of the problems and incidents that occur with dogs could be solved if you just put your dog on a leash. And if you can't do that, if you can't recall your dog to a leash, then they should just never be off leash. And I know that's not, I will hear about it for having that particular opinion, but that's the reality, is you never know what that dog you're approaching, what that person you're approaching. Oh, person you're approaching, I have another story time. I'll save it for next week. But we had a thing that I wasn't particularly pleased with at a new farmer's market that we tried a couple weekends ago. Anyways, we're already over time, so I obviously can't share that one too. As always, if you have questions about this or any other video, you know what to do. If you have a second to like, comment, and or subscribe, it is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are having an amazing day and aren't as miserable as these sad sacks. And I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.